Guys, I'm not xenophobic. I'm just concerned. As states esikhutshwa iRICA. If sinyani sine number of illegal foreigners ezingekho registered kwa-Home Affairs ezingaka, sisezoba nengxaki unemployment ne-crime rate South Africa.
South Africans are so quick to be xenophobic towards Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Somalians, Ethiopians. We are so quick to be xenophobic to our African brothers and sisters for them allegedly stealing jobs from us and stealing the economy from us, when in actual fact, if you really pay attention to the European foreign nationals, those are the people that are eating at the top of the economy. Those are the people that are taking advantage of the loopholes in this economy to extract funds from it. Those are the people camping out in Camps Bay. Those are the people that are owning land here, and we never question their legal status in this country. We just allow them to go on. And we are then triggered to hate all the other Africans that are here. Think about it.
Okay, something's weighing very heavily on my chest. On Friday last week, I met with Vusi, and in my discussions with him in his podcast, I mentioned the fact that I'm not entirely confident the Department of Home Affairs is going in the right direction. And I'm even more so sure of that today. Okay? In the space of 48 hours, we've had so many gross negligence and impact made to our foreign nationals that I'm struggling to understand what Batu Pele means, what Ubuntu means, and why are we being so, I don't even know how to put it, so aggressive with things that, to me, is almost created by themselves. Okay, so get me right? Just hear me out. Normally speaking, a foreigner comes into the country, and if they're visa exempt, they get 90 days on arrival. Okay? The department says recently, new procedure, although it's always been legislated, they've never, ever enforced this rule, that you have to apply for your visa for whatever you're applying for, whether it's a tourist extension, which is one of the only things you can do here, or a life partnership visa within South Africa. You have to do it in the first 30 days of your arrival. In other words, it's called the 60-day rule. You have to apply more than 60 days before the expiry of your visa. Because if you are on the 60th day or on the 59th day or 58th day and so on and so forward, you are considered non-compliant and your application will get rejected. Despite the fact that VFS is complicit in the process, despite the fact that they allow you to submit, allow you to pay for your application, it gets submitted, okay? Despite the fact that the Department of Home Affairs, when you email them to follow up on an application, they say they legally, I love this word, legally, because it's so loosely used, legally allowed to take 120 days to finalize an application. So wait a minute, I'm confused. I'm only allowed to actually stay for an extended visitor's visa for another 90 days. Okay? You're asking me to come more than 60 days before my expiry to tell you that I plan to stay for another 90 days. Okay? I do that. I pay. I do everything. You take 120 days or more to process my application. Case in point, I had a client recently, okay, who applied for a life partnership visa 3 years and 1 month ago. When she applied, there was no 60-day rule, or at least it wasn't enforced. It took Home Affairs, sorry, I'm so irritated. It took Home Affairs 3 years, 1 month to give her an answer today. What do you think the answer was? She didn't submit within 60 days before her visa expired. Do you know when she did submit, however? 57 days before her visa expired. So Home Affairs took 3 years, 1 month, and 700 million emails and countless lives that they've impacted by her not being able to live, work, contribute to her family, contribute to her household in South Africa. Never mind the fact that taxes are not collected or paid because you don't have a visa, you can't have a bank account, you can't earn money. Never mind that. You took 3 years, 1 month to reject her on a technicality that has only recently become effective. Okay, that's one case, right? That's not my case, by the way. This is a client that went to fetch her own outcome, and it resulted in her getting the 60-day rule. But never mind, my client, no client, your client, anyone else's client, we're all in the same boat, guys. The sooner you realize that the Department of Home Affairs are doing what they like when they like. Okay, that's the first thing. The 60-day rule thing is a real thing at the moment. And they are not even entertaining any applications. They're rejecting applicants that have got critical skill visas, have been here for 4 years, 5 years, people that have been on working permits, people that have been in business for how many years, that have staff that they have to pay because you didn't come 60 days before your expiry. Okay, so then I say, fine, no problem. We didn't come 60 days before. You gave me a rejection. Now what do I do, Mr. Home Affairs? They say, no. You need to appeal within 10 days. Okay. But an appeal means that I need to amend or alter or motivate or further, justify the reasons why I deserve the visa and to answer your rejection. Ultimately, that's what an appeal is. It's to say, Mr. Home Affairs, you didn't see that this and this and this and this applies. Okay. We speak to VFS. We say, what's the story with the appeals? Because obviously, we only have legally 10 days to reply to Home Affairs. So they tell us something that they've taken 3 years, 1 month to give an outcome. They give a rejection. Okay? You've got 10 days to apply. 10 days to appeal. 10 days. 10 days. They took 3 years, 1 month. You get 10 days. Okay, so I speak to VFS. I say, what's the story now? If we appeal, what are our chances? Immediate rejection. Lovely. And then we appeal again, immediate rejection. Stunning. So what are you doing? What are you doing? What is the purpose of that rule? I had a visa when I approached Home Affairs to renew my visa. I didn't come with an illegal status. I had a visa. My visa was valid. I gave you enough time to tell me 60 days. No, sorry, 57 days. I gave you 57 days to tell me to leave the country when I had a valid visa. Okay? Are you guys following me? I need you to hear this. So I gave you 57 days. You ignored that. You gave me an answer in 3 years and 1 month. You tell me I didn't comply with the 60-day rule. You deny my visa. I need to appeal the application within 10 days. Otherwise, I need to leave the country. I've got a life here. I've got a family here. I've got kids here. I've got everything here. No, that doesn't matter. You need to leave within 10 days. Or you need to appeal. Stunning. Stunning. I'll appeal. But only to get rejected. And only because I need to appeal because I need to keep myself legal in the country. Because maybe my plans don't align with your 10-day ruling. Maybe I can't just pack up my life in a matter of days and leave the country for good when I've established a life here in my 3 years and 1 month waiting for my visa. Because you allowed me on concession documents to stay in the country pending an outcome. You said it's fine. You even issued us a letter that says it's fine. Okay. Now you've issued a letter that says it's absolutely fine that you stay in the country till the 31st of March if you have an appeal application, but you've made no mention to those that are waiting outcomes. No. We don't have a backlog according to Home Affairs. I can assure you that if the public backs me on this, never mind my own cases, never mind. Every single other immigration practitioner, every single other attorney, every single honest professional will be able to tell you that we have way more applications in the pipeline have been waiting for longer than 60 days, longer than 120 days, longer than 180 days, longer than a year. In some cases. Appeals, don't even get me started on appeals, because appeals, they've bought themselves time until the 31st of March. But do you know what Home Affairs is doing? They're perpetuating your illegal status. Instead of taking consideration for their job is to keep you legal in the country. Their job is to make sure that you are law-abiding. Their job is to enforce the rules. But the rules don't matter when it applies to Home Affairs. The rules don't matter. They can take 120 days to process your application. They can tell you need to leave the country in 10 days. They can take 3 years and 1 month to process an application, and they can deny you on a technicality that didn't even exist. I have so many issues with the way in which Home Affairs is being run at the moment. So many. This is just one. I want you to stay on my channel because I'm telling you now, I'm going to unpack every single one of them. It is unconstitutional, it's unjust, it's unlawful, and it is actually anti-Ubuntu and anti-Batopela. We are not for the people. We are against the people. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we all as a community of people that are trying to stay in the country legally, or any foreigner that's experiencing this trouble, can come forward and please comment on my post. Please tag yourself here. Share your case with me. I'd love to take this further.